Hey guys, welcome to another recap of The Amazing Race. Last time, Liz and Marie were in last place, and they were in danger of being eliminated, but it was a non-elimination, so you know what that means. This time they have to perform a speed bump. Alright, so they're going to Thailand, and they are staying in Thailand. They have to get their asses to the Elephant River adventure and ride an elephant up the river. This is also the spot where there's a speed bump for Liz and Marie. And they were so excited when they found out that it was an elephant car wash. And I almost heard the elephant groan, and twins! I think he was pretty excited. Anyway, they friggin' love that, and I think the elephant did too. So, it's a roadblock at this point, and the clue was, who wants to hear some water music? Well, one person had to search the pool where the guy was playing the flute and find a koi that was all wrapped up. And then they had to smash it to get the clue inside. Kathy had better stop drinking because she keeps falling down everywhere they go. If Kathy's falling down, yeah. Alright, so they had to travel to the spirit house where they will pick up and disassemble a spirit house, not in that order. So they have to take it to a temple, and they don't really realize this yet though, but they have to assemble it there. So the next roadblock was for the person who did not do the first roadblock, and that is assembling the spirit house. The snowboarders didn't really pay that much attention the first time around, so they had to go back and look at it again. Zach of Zach and Lawrence had to go back and look at it again. Ernie and Cindy had a little bit of trouble with their driver. They wanted to pay him $100 American, and he wanted $150. And he was a terrible driver, so they didn't want to pay it, but then they ended up paying it anyway, so it was a moot point. Except that they were out another $50. Alright, after that, you had to travel by bus to Bangkok, which was 13 hours. Ugh, on a bus. But when you got there, you had to go to a canal and feed the fish to get your next clue. Now, Zach and Lawrence, they ended up getting on a different bus than everybody else. It just happened to be a first-class bus, and they almost crapped their pants. 3 miles out, they're like, oh no, we don't want to get another penalty. We have to get off this bus and get our butts on a second-class bus. Well, Liz and Marie had some problems too. They almost missed the bus because they didn't have enough money to pay their taxi driver. But the bus waited for them, which was incredibly nice, and they were like so shocked and everything. Ernie and Cindy, they were in Bangkok a few years ago. Now, I found this to be an extremely fun fact. They didn't think it would help their game though, because the only thing that they knew of in Bangkok were lady boys. And I remember seeing a story on the lady boys. I think it was on 2020 or 60 Minutes a while back. Interesting stuff. Google it. Alright, Liz and Marie, like I said, they had no money, so they couldn't afford to take a taxi to get to the canal when they got off the bus. So they were gonna walk, but it was a 5-hour walk. They didn't want to beg anybody for money because the people there are really poor. So they actually found a taxi driver that brought them there for free, which was amazing. Now, Andy and Tommy had some difficulties as well. They asked this lady who happened to be a teacher for help with their directions, and she disappeared and started teaching a class. And she expected them to wait around for her. But they finally called somebody up to get their clue back, because they couldn't be waiting around for her. Alright, so the pit stop, this leg of the race, was the home of the former Prime Minister, and Amani and Marcus snuck in there, first place, and they won a trip for 2 to Bali. Followed by Bill and Kathy. Now, Kathy started screaming when she got to the pit stop. I don't know if she was excited that Amani and Marcus got first place, or that she just wasn't in last place. I have no idea. So Ernie and Cindy, they were stuck in traffic on the way to the pit stop, and they ended up getting out of the taxi. And they were feeling really bad because it was a very long walk. Justin and Jennifer came in 4th place, Andy and Tommy in 5th place, Lawrence and Zach ended up in 6th place, and Phil schooled them a little bit. The first class travel refers only to air travel, so they really didn't have to get out of the bus. Yeah, read the fine print. You know, they got too paranoid about getting a penalty. When you think about it, they lost 3.5 hours by getting off the bus, but how much would the penalty have been for not taking a first class, even if that was the rule? Was it probably only going to be like half an hour? So I mean, you know, you got to weigh that out. Jeremy and Sandy squeaked in after Lawrence and Zach, and Phil totally pulled out the Phil fake out. And he was like, I think you know what I'm going to say. And she started bawling, and he was just like, you're not eliminated, but I can eliminate you if you want. And she's like, no, I really want to be on the rice, blah. All right, so they came in 7th, and in last place, unfortunately, were Liz and Marie. And it was an elimination leg, and they were eliminated, which really sucks because I really felt for them. I have a lot of respect for them after seeing this leg of the race. They never gave up. They stuck with their, you know, their morals and everything, and I actually shed a tear for them. I actually did. I felt so bad for them. I'm sorry, Liz and Marie. All right, so next time on the race, it's tobacco in Africa. Okay, till next time, much love.